So now I'm gonna make jalapeno poppers. I've got my corn going in the pressure canner, and it hasn't come up to pressure yet, so I gotta keep an eye on it. So these are the jalapenos that I got from my garden, and I've just saved them until I had enough to do it. So this one is looking a little rough, so I'll probably see if I can salvage half of it. So jalapeno poppers are super easy. You can freeze them, and then, so I freeze them on a sheet pan, and then once they're frozen, I'll put them in a bag, and then you just pull them out on game day or whenever you want them. I love them for football season. And super easy. 3 ingredients: jalapenos, cream cheese. You could also add like a Colby Jack blend to this if you want to. I just keep it cream cheese. I like the jalapeno cream cheese. I was a little, we've used a little bit of it, so I just added, because I didn't have another jar of jalapeno cream cheese, so I just added some plain cream cheese to it. You could use just plain cream cheese if you wanted to. And bacon. That's what you're gonna wrap it in. So whenever I work with peppers, I use my gloves. And any utensils minus my knife. I don't put my knives in the dishwasher or my cutting boards in the dishwasher. But everything else that comes in contact with the jalapenos, I'm gonna put in the dishwasher. I don't know, it just gives me peace of mind because jalapenos aren't crazy hot. I work with ghost peppers too. I think I got ghost pepper seeds this year for the garden, or habanero, I can't remember. And I make hot sauce with it and can that. So all I'm going to do, and I will try to get closer. Again, I don't have my camera guys here with me today. Is you just cut it in half lengthwise. I like to leave the stem on because I find that the cream cheese and everything stays in there better. And then I forgot my other spoon. Then I take a spoon to scoop out the seeds and the membrane. You can leave those in if you want. It will make it hotter. But I also find it leaves less room for the cream cheese. So it's totally your preference, your call. So, and then I just lay them out on my sheet tray that I have lined with parchment paper. That way they'll freeze separate and all of that. So I'm wearing gloves because it will stay on your fingers, and I will probably be putting my contacts in at some point later. And I don't want jalapeno hotness in my eyes. So I'm going to sit, or stand actually, and scoop all these out. And when I'm done, I'll show you how to add the cream cheese and then the wrap it in bacon. Okay, so I have 10 of these halved and most of the seeds cleaned out. I'm not so particular about getting every single seed out because I don't mind a little hotness. My extra jalapenos, I will probably cut in half and freeze, or maybe even freeze whole for salsa whenever I have enough tomatoes come in to make salsa. So, and I've halved my bacon. I cut it in half because otherwise, sorry, it just seems to be too much bacon on there. So I have it, and then it goes further. So you just take your scoop or your spoon, whatever. I have a little like kind of like dip spoon, and you just put it in your jalapeno and smear it around, and make sure you smash it in there, and that's all you do. And then I'm gonna do this for all of these. So normally I go through and I scoop in all the cream cheese first, and then I'll wrap it in bacon, but I'll take one or two and show you what it looks like when you wrap it in bacon. and then I'll go through and finish the rest. So you just hold it in your hand. I still am wearing my gloves because I'm still holding the jalapeno. So I start at the top and hold it down with my thumb and then wrap it around. I try to get it to where it wraps and closes on the bottom. That way it has that bottom part to sit on and hopefully will stay in place, if that makes any sense. So I just take the next one, do the same thing. I put it on top, I hold it, I stretch it so I can wrap it more times, and then I try to get it to where it ends on the bottom so it sits on that end part. So when it cooks, hopefully, because the bacon is going to shrink when it cooks because the fat is going to cook out of it, but hopefully it will stay wrapped around the jalapeno. So I'm just going to finish that for the rest of these and then put it in the freezer when they are frozen after a few hours. And it may be tomorrow before I pull them out. I just put them in a Ziploc bag and freeze them. And then whenever we want jalapeno poppers for the game or dinner or whatever the case may be, we just grab them, and you can cook them in the oven, you can cook them in the air fryer, whatever you have and whatever works for you. But I counted how many slices of bacon I had, so it will coincide with the jalapenos. That's why I didn't chop all of them, because the ones that I used for my salsa, I don't want to take the seeds out because I like a little heat in my salsa, and it doesn't, I've noticed it doesn't make it super hot. But if you don't like any heat at all, of course take out the seeds. But I'm waiting for some more tomatoes to come in so I can make salsa. We're actually on our last jar from the salsa that I made last year, and it is the best salsa recipe. It reminds me, there's a place in Wilmington that I love to eat called K38, and they bring salsa to your table. It's a Mexican restaurant, and it is the best salsa, and it reminds me a lot of that, and I've been wanting to find a recipe like that, so I was super excited when I found this one and tried it, and it was as good as theirs. So I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm going to finish wrapping these up and get them in the freezer, and then I'm going to start on my my pepperoncinis. I'm going to pickle those. So I have those for pizza or Mississippi pot roast, which is amazing if you've not had that yet. So have a good day.